Hello, guys. Just let me know if you can hear me. Just confirm sound, please, guys. Hi, Pete. Hi, Rich. Who else is in? Let's right. Let's have a look at some analysis. Right, which screen? Uh, here, you've just missed 10 pips. Ah, well, I've well done on you guys getting 10 pips. I'm I'm up for the day. What have we done? 1,175 for the day, so I'm not rushing into things, but let's have a look. Um, yeah, this is lovely. Who took this? Who took the 30? I like this one a lot. Anyone that took, especially this after the break of this high, outside candle, big wick down, break of the high, clear candle space. Looks really, really nice. Hourly, yeah, same. Hourly or 30-minute, both look nice. There's no trade now on this one. We can't do a trade on this one. If you're in it and you've done it, fantastic, great spot, guys. Oh, no, but the you did you get that though, Peter? And did anyone get this? Because that was lovely setup off support, outside candle, closed above the highs, big wick down, broke the highs. Um, okay, so based on gold right now, there's okay, so gold, I would look. Uh, what am I doing? So, oh, let's get a little bit of music on. It feels like a. I don't want to say it. Very quiet in here. Okay, so here we go. Now, I won't do a short trade from resistance here on the basis that we've got these wicks. If you look, it's very wicky, so it's not clear candle space. So what I will look at doing is buys above, we'll call it 2907. We'll look for sells below 2897.4. So this is going to be no trade range. So guys, let me know who's in. I can see we've got Ahmed, we've got Rich, we've got Peter, and that's who I'm seeing that's just chatting. Everyone else is sat quietly in the background. Um, okay, I was maybe a little bit early on the buys above 2907. I want to see a bearish candle close on the 15. Yeah, so we'll sit tight on the buys above. I need to see I need to see resistance has formed. We haven't got that yet, but we're getting close. Um, okay, so I think we'll come away from well, we've got comics opening in 12 minutes, so potential. Let's have a look at NASDAQ. The markets are everyone's focusing on recession and bleak output, so the continuation for maybe a decline. Nigel, we've literally just started. Sorry, I was late as well. Fancy that, late to my own show. Right. Um, daily predominant move. If we're focusing on anything right now with the Nasdaq, predominant move is down. So if we're going to have a bias, in theory, the bias should be bias equals. Okay, now let's have a look at where we could look to sell from. Where do we see structure? Um, Structure we can see here, we can see here. It's probably the cleanest structure we see at the minute. Um, let's go down to the 1 hour, see if we see anything a little bit more cleaner. Well, let's bring that down. Okay, so structure is going in here. At this price, 20,118. So you got 80 pips. Okay, we've got an 80 point range above this area as well. So there's options to look for sells from here or breakout long. And same here, we can look for, depending how it moves, if it does move at all in this region, we can look for buys or sells depending how the market pans out. Let's just, so it's going to be, so I'm just going to put buys above 20,100, let's call it 20,000, 21,200. Now, I'm not going to put buys above this area. Because we're against predominant trend, I want to give the, if we are going to get a buy, I want it to have the highest probability, which I'll wait for it to either break above this area, and we've got a good, what, 200 points, 100 points? What's that, 2,200? Yeah, 200 points up for grabs. Or maybe we can come down and we can spike below this area. A little bit like the gold setup we just looked at a minute ago, where if it does spike below, then we get a close back above, and then we have an outside candle that takes out the highs there. If we've got clear candle space, we can maybe trade it back up. But so I'm going to put sell below 19,700, 19,798. Mute because you keep going off. Uh, let's have a look at the calendar. So no news today. Tomorrow, so the US have gone into daylight saving time shift, so their clocks have gone, what is it, forward? So hold on a second. Ah, so Comics opens at 2:30. No, hold on a second. 12:30. Bollocks. Missed it. Yeah, Comics Open was an hour ago. So NYSE open in 8 minutes. Okay, guys. Didn't realize it was a complete weekend off. So missed that one, guys. So yeah, Comics Open was 12:30. So let me just go back and have a look, see what time that setup was. Ah, 11:30. That's okay. 12, 12. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are getting a sell-off. So we are getting 7 minutes for that candle, and then we are going to have a potential resistance formed as we were looking at. Let's go to NASDAQ because this could be the one on the open. We'll see. We'll see what fares. Structure. 19,985. If we got a rally up into here and a rejection, we could look for sells from here as well. So options for selling, what I'm going to look for. So I'm going to keep my buys up until we get long above. I'm just going to change it based on the 30, 21,227. So that's where I'm going to look for buys. All these other ones, all these other structure points, I'm just going to look for the market to rally into these areas and reject. So that's where I'm going to look for potential sells. Okay. The DAX paid off nicely this morning. Uh, I missed, literally, these are what I was mapping out, and then it went after I'd mapped it out. Um, my trades actually came in this bit here when price came up into test this zone. So literally, same thing what I'm looking at with the NASDAQ is what I did here. And then if we go to the 15-minute chart, you'll see price just came in, took out the highs, and this one, as it took out the highs, I sent this into the members group. As it took out the highs, I said sell's looking good, and I sold underneath the low here. This one got me scaled out a few times. At max scale out was 70 odd points, and then I actually took this one here on the 30-minute flip. So this is a 15-minute candle, but if we go to the 30, you see here pushed up, and then as it broke the lows, I took another few points out as it broke down. I think about 35 points. So they were the two trades that I did on the DAX earlier. But let me just remove this box because I can't see now. Okay, guys, to be fair, we can actually sell gold. It's broken the low on the 30. Let me see, am I going to be too late? In fact, I'm just going to wait for the 30 to close now. I'm going to wait for the 30 because we have, let me just count the number of pips. 27. Ah, well, there you go. That's done. I'm not selling I'm not selling gold now because that would have just, yeah, if you did that, guys, you'd have got your 10 pips and T1. So we'll wait to see what it looks like on the close. If it closes anything like this, there's going to be potential for another setup. If it pushes too low, then I'm just going to leave it. So 4 minutes. We'll see how it closes in 4 minutes. The higher time frame looks better than the lower time frames on gold. It's all a little bit too much. So the best way to do it is smooth it out. That's a significant candle. So the next candle, if we wick up, we can sell the low of this. Let's get ready. All right, so we've got 3 minutes. Let's go over to the other chart. TV. Which one? Here we go. Right, let's get ready. Oh no. Switch. Now, not doing anything yet. They're just in there for speed, let's say. I don't want to be rushing at the last minute. So what are we looking for? Outside candle. Let's have a look what the low is. 29.0161. So 29.01. Want to be looking at around 29.0141. There, that's fine. There we go. 39.22. So we'll give it, wait for the candle to close. Now remember, this is NYSE open, so it could just dive straight down. If it does, I'm missing the trade. I want to see it go up, create a top wick. If it creates a top wick, okay, well, let's just mess that entry price up. So the low now is 29.0116. Right. Has to wick up, guys. If it doesn't wick up, I'm doing nothing. We want that top wick to form. So we have 18 seconds left for the new candle. Three seconds. Okay. Let's put partial TP in. Right. Okay. So 70% rule as well here, guys. Just with where we've been. But that 30-minute candle, pretty significant. What? I've just gone to break even, guys, because I got slipped massively. So you should have hit TP1 there, guys. I'm not quite sure. I got slipped on the entry and slipped on the exit. Ah, terrible. So you should have all hit TP1 there quite easily. But I just, yeah, literally, that was absolutely shocking. 2970. 2970. 26. Anyway, could have been a lot worse. Should have been TP1. All right, let's have a look, see what's going on over here. So break even trade. But did you break even it, Rich? Did you do what I did? Yeah. Listen, if you get, because of where that was, right? If you look at where it was in terms of the support area, this candle, right, looked like it was going to come down and push it straight into the floor again. But you got to appreciate that you are trading very close to the floor. So when you're trading it, let's say in risky areas, yeah, well done, Rich. Well done. You want to make sure that you take risk out of the game as quickly as possible. So we can look for longs above here should it spin round. Let's have a look what's going on with the. Oh, let's go back to the analysis chart. NASDAQ. See what's going on some of these. Big old gap. Oh, yeah, it's not looking pretty from what I've seen there. Jesus. Whoa. Okay, looking at these guys, uh, it's definitely we want to be looking at. Oh, every one of them is gapped down. All right, yeah, we're going to be looking at shorts. Gold did what we needed it to do, but unfortunately, because of the crappy fill I got, I moved stop loss to break even at. It was around 6 pips. I did it a bit early just because I slipped a few pips. So I was applying the 70% rule, and unfortunately didn't quite make it to T1. I know some of you in here got your T1, so well done, guys. We're gonna see how this one pans out, because if we can get a nice strong close over the next 25 minutes or so, then we can look at selling this candle. Uh, see what's going on with some of these. Ooh, okay, guys. Let's, anyone trade normal currencies? Okay, watch dollar Swiss for a potential to anyone that trades normal currencies. Dollar Swissy, if we get a little change in cycle, can look to trade this back up into here, and then you can look for longs again above 8,800 even handle. Okay, so DAX, if you get above this area here, I wouldn't sell now unless you get a close below 22,661, which is where you've seen this wick fill coming. Yeah, look at that 30-minute superb support level. So close below 22,661, we sell the DAX. So two prices to make note on the DAX. This is what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be buying buys above 22,87. Let's do 876. 22. Missed one. And I will look for sells below 22,661. Now, let's make it 0. Now, bias is going to remain to the downside, a little bit like the NASDQ. So we're going to wait for this to come into. Yeah, you got 23 minutes to wait for this, guys. So the Trump effect. Yeah, I mean one. Um, I mean, the one thing is, he wants a stronger and bigger um, performing US indices, but it's probably going to get worse before it gets better because he has to, all the tariffs, etc. We saw it last time and we saw what happened last time. Recession talks, big sell-offs, and then it just rebounds bigger, better, and more with more vigilance. So, will it happen again? Who knows? I just don't want to be involved in those huge swings. I just want to take those little 10 pips, 20 pips, that's it. Done. Thank you very much. And if we happen to get a 60 or a 70 pip move like this morning, lovely jubbly. Yeah? Not going to be, yeah, think, where are we going with gold? We'll wait. no trade range here. So look, let's do what we do always. Right, let's set ourselves up for success. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an alert in here. Um, let's go over here. Let's get rid of any old alerts. So always, every day, when you set your alerts, delete old ones, get your new ones. We'll go DAX, breakout, long. Doesn't mean it's doing that, but it just means we're gonna wait for a candle to close above, then we'll wait for our setup. How many what range do we have? So we've got 165, oh, it's like 300, 290 pip range there. Is that right? Yeah, bloody hell. So that's what we're waiting for, and let's do DAX breakout sell. Okay, so we've got the alert set now for the DAX, so we're all good to go on the DAX. So we're going to buy if we get a close above here. So guys, think about the setup. What kind of if we're looking for longs above here, how is it going to look? Visualize it. Explain what it looks like. What do you want to see happen, and how will you trade it? The clearer you paint this picture, the easier trading becomes because if it doesn't happen, we don't do it. Yeah, it's all a little bit quite. I mean, all the moves really happened this morning across the board. If we have a look, there's not a lot happened uh, as the US is open. So maybe what is it now? 10 to 2. So it's 10 to 3 in the US. Quarter to 3, sorry. I can't believe I hadn't noticed that daylight saving time had gone on in the US. Guys, so in here, remember we will be doing another giveaway this month. So if you haven't yet got your funded account set up, and when I talk about funded accounts, this is no normal funded account, guys. This is no challenges. And not only is it no challenges, there is no daily drawdown limit. It's a static 10% um, drawdown as well. So literally the easiest trading conditions that are out there for you right now to get funded, not get funded, but to get a payout. So if you want to get payouts and you are fed up of wasting money on challenges that you keep blowing because you hit a daily drawdown limit, or the drawdown trails you as you're successful, trying to capture you out when you have hit a bad period, then make sure you hit instantfxcapital.com. The link is in the chat. Hit on that. And the even better thing is once you set up there and you go through the KYC and AML, because you have to deposit into a live account, you'll have your pro account set up. If you're a day trader, make sure you set up a pro account. Conditions are superb there. Once you get your payout, you go straight into your pro account. No need to chop and change and move money around all over the place. It's all in one central hub. Really, really simple. Is Anna in today? One of our members. She got an $800 payout last week. So congratulations to Anna. Last month, another one of our members, Peter Almond, he had a $1,600 payout. So well done, Peter Almond. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be next? I know there's a few on hot on their tails. No, Rich is doing well. Nigel Briggs is doing well. Lola's knocking out a few percent here and there. Nigel's on it. Nigel's going for it. I don't think anyone's gonna stop him. He's adamant. The next payout's his. And then we've got Simon Webster. Today's handed in his notice. He's going to be trading full time. So well done, Simon. Big bold move. As Tony Robbins would say, you want to capture the island, you burn the boats. And that's exactly what Simon's done today. He wants to commit to his trading, and the only way he can do it is if he's 100% focused. So he has 100% burnt the boats today. Yeah, it takes big brass kahunas to do that, guys. It's not an easy thing to do to hand in your notice and then to say, right, I'm going to trade full time because now you are solely reliant on trading. It does add a little different dynamic to the pressure that you feel. All right, gold is moving lower. Okay, so it looks like we're seeing a little bit of dollar strength just creeping in at the minute. A little bit. We're seeing it across the board. So look, Aussie's just started to drop a little bit. For those of you that like your pattern trading, you can see a very nice like rising wedge here. So it looks good for breakout short. Look for the continuation lower. Anyone trade patterns? I don't anymore, but used to a lot years ago. And looks like that's going to drop straight into the zone. Yeah, there you go, guys. A, B, C, D completion into structure. Looks good. Just wait for it to break out, close below. Then you can use this as and then do something like this as T1 in here, just above the bottom of the range. Anyone see that? So that would be about 1.6% into there, 4% down to the bottom. So you'd bank 0.82. So it'd be like just under 3% if it hit T1 and T2 combined. It looks really, really nice. Let's have a look at Euro. Now remember, I'm not trading these. These are while there's nothing there, I'm just having a look around for you guys. Okay, your Euro has come into this zone as well. So if we get a bearish close here, look for Euro maybe to sell off back into this range. So you're going to look for a change in cycle, but I'd wait until it's come back below that area. There, I'd wait for it to get below 107.70. So it might just meander around in this area, and then below here, look to trade it back down. All right, let's get back to business while we're waiting. 12 minutes. So 12 minutes we're waiting. Wait for the candle to close. That's going to be the hourly candle, the half-hour candle, the 15-minute candle. They're all closing at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock Eastern time. So, oh, well, I say 3 o'clock Eastern time. It's 3 o'clock our time. What's that? It's 10 o'clock East. No, 11 o'clock. God, it throws me when they. I hate it when the clocks change. And they, wouldn't life be so much simpler if they could all change the clocks on the same day, on the same weekend? But I think we're another 2 weeks away. Let me have a look, see when we are. I might have to bring the live streams forward now, and I've already scheduled them for this week. Hmm, US Open. Okay, so ours is 3 week. Yeah, 3 week. 1, 2, 3 weeks. Ours is the 30th of March, Mother's Day. Oh. Um. You guys are very quiet in the chat today. I keep looking to see if the chat's actually working. Did we just test the lows? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so because we have clear candle space now, we could look for a similar setup to what you guys saw earlier, like this one, but we need it to happen lower down here. So I'd need to see it maybe take out the lows and then have a bullish candle close. Don't do it to me just yet. I'd rather it close somewhere down here on this candle, and then the next one we have a bullish candle. Then we can trade the range. Yeah. So that Swissy's making a move. I've got gold level of 28.97. Let's have a look. 28, yeah, 28.97. Yep. Aaron, hi mate. Where you are you new to the stream? Where you registering in from? Or is this one of the members but using one of the kids' login details? I don't know. If you're new, welcome. Lovely to see you here. Just waiting for the markets to do something. We did take a short trade on gold here. I got taken out at break even. Some of the members got TP1 on this move down. It was based off the 30-minute chart. Outside candle, waited for a wick up, sold the lows, and we were just looking for to trade it down into this support area. Okay, NASDAQ is testing. This is what we're looking for. 7 minutes. So, ooh, don't drop too much too quickly. Question for you guys. Anyone? In fact, I'll do it tomorrow. I won't do it today. Looking for Oh, hold on. We have a visitor. Yeah. Sorry. About an hour ago. I'm just on live stream. Sorry, guys. Just had to let the dog in. He was scratching at the door. This thing's moving. Maybe moving too fast. We're 450. Bloody hell. 6 minutes to go. Yeah, 2.25%. Let's just take a look, see what's going on with some of the stocks, see if they're really tanking. Tesla, Meta. Yeah, they're all getting hit hard. Uh, okay, Netflix is the only one that looks like it's having a little bit of a pullback. Oops. Amazon's at the lows of the day. Yeah, is that no, that's really burnt. Oops, wrong one. So basically, what we want to see is next candle. The opportunities we're going to have here will be dependent on how much of a wick we have and where it closes. So I was surprised you took the Nasdaq on Friday afternoon when you was at. Ah, yeah, Aaron. I'll if I get a setup, mate, I trade it because ultimately, you never know. Like for example, finished up. Uh, okay, after that stream, I think I was 175 up, but then the market started to melt. I took another trade and finished up. Oh, Friday actually, I finished up 2.5 up in the end on the day, so it was in a better position at the end. But I will always trade if my setup is there because I could be trading. Let's say I have a day where my target's only $532 on the account, but I will keep trading it up until if I get to, I don't know, call it $3,000, basically a full week's revenue in one day, I'll close it down because I trade it across multiple accounts. So I'll keep trading because there's days where I have losses, right? And there's days where I lose and there's weeks where I lose. So having a target of $532, right? If I just stop when I hit my target and I have my losing days, I'll never get to my desired target at the end of the year, if that makes sense. So if you imagine, if you put a spreadsheet out, right, and you go, right, I do, let's say let's say you're 75% successful on hitting your daily targets. And then the days that you lose, let's say you lose $750 or $1,000. So in theory, you're wiping off 1.5 or 2 days of your trading. So for every, let's call it 10 days, you're profitable, let's say we're 70% successful. So you for every 10 days, you're making $7,000, call it that. Sorry, making $5,000, $5,320. Um, and then next thing you're wiping out $1,000 of those on 3 days. So you'll never get to your target. So I always keep trading based on setups. I'm not going to trade constantly, so I'm not just going to go right 20 trades in a day, like six. It'll be like a busy day for me. Uh, I'm four today now, but yeah, four today. Uh, three on the DAX. Two of those were time delayed. So one was like a 30-minute setup, then the next was the hour setup. So 15-minute setup followed by the 30-minute setup. So effectively the same trade, but just waited a little bit down the line for the setup to follow through. So yeah, I'll never stop trading. And this is something we speak about in the members community quite a bit, because ultimately it's like a boxer. You get in a boxing ring, you can win on points, but you're not going to win every round. Okay, so you've got to be able to take the punches, but you land more than you throw, hence you win on points. So that's the same with trading. Pleasure, mate. Thanks for asking the question because I'd rather you see the wins and the losses and then go, all right, why were you up 1900? I'm not going to lie, when I ended the stream, mentally I was a little bit pissed, but I looked at it and go, do you know what? Well, if if I'd have missed the trade, I'd have been more annoyed with myself for not taking the setup than than taking a loss. As long as Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, you look at all the greats, they'll say they threw they missed 1,000 shots in order to get their statistics that they did. They never stopped striking, and that's the only way you're going to keep scoring. You have to keep striking, especially when you get the setup. The strikers that go low in confidence and stop pulling the trigger are the ones that will take a lot longer to get it back, because ultimately, if you don't keep shooting at goal, you're definitely not going to score. So if you do go through a bad patch, all you do is you, instead of stop shooting in our basis, instead of not shooting, not trading, what we do is we reduce the risk so that if you do have a loss, it's less detriment. Now, I'm not going to take this trade because it's just going straight down. If it goes up, now, remember guys, I need to see a top wick. If you're taking this, then well done on you, and you know, let's see what happens. But I need a top wick. Wow, okay, so Euro's down on the day now. Yeah, dollar strength is coming in. I mean, it's not massive strength, but it is coming in. Let's see what happens here. Need a top wick. If we don't get the top wick, we can't trade. Or I can't trade. I'm sorry, guys. I keep saying we. I'm referring to you as though you're going to do the same thing as me, so I do apologize about that. It's so NASDAQ is down 460 points on the day. I expect if you look at it on the 5, you could trade it off the 5, guys, but I don't trade the 5 because look, you've had a break and a close below, you've had a failed rally, and now it's broken the low. So you could put your stop above the high of this candle, trade it live here. Because there's no news, this isn't something for me. If it was news, then yeah, I'd look at that. I'd go down to the 5. Does that make sense? You had a break and close below, price pushed up, failed to break the highs, and now we're just breaking the lows here. Don't use the inside candle. That would have been a setup. Yeah, all the greats. These guys that listen, you don't get to where they are by not shooting, and it's Johnny Wilkinson, David Beckham. They all had the same mentality. They just sit there, practice, 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 practice. They get grief when it goes wrong, but you got to be thick-skinned enough to believe in yourself. Um, ooh, gold, gold is a buy. Gold is a buy. Hold on, guys. Right, I've just bought quickly. I'll just change screens so you can see. There we go. Oops. Partial TP. Right. Why is that not set? Oh, idiot. There we go. Where's my... Clipped in on the old spread, but that's okay. 28.97. Okay, so I can't. Let me just move object list. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So pretty much the identical setup to that happened over here. Um, if you just have a look, this one here, guys. So 30-minute price came down, tapped, outside candle closed above. This one here, candle wick down. DAX is breaking below support. Okay, it's not there yet, but DAX is breaking. So I'll come back to that one in a minute. And this is the same setup basically. Look, the market's come down. We've found buyers at support. Next candle's taken out the lows. Then we've closed above the highs. This one wicked down. I placed my order above the high. I got caught by the spread slightly, but as soon as it goes a little bit in profit, I'll bring my stop underneath the low of this candle. So it's identical setup to what was here, just M15 as opposed to M30. And this, guys, will be my final trade of the day. What was the high? 2904.52. A little bit. Shoot. What's happening with the DAX? NASDAQ is 500 down now on the day. So the NASDAQ is in a price point now where it's at the bottom of all the previous wicks back in October. So if it's going to turn, this will be where it turns. Otherwise, we could see a 700-point drop. So like I said, as soon as we see this going a little bit of profit, I'll bring my stop up underneath the low. So I'm actually gonna take my extended targets out of the range. Nasdaq's still in and around that 500-point drop on the day. All right. So stop, I've brought up underneath the low of the 15 now, guys. So worst case scenario, end up handing back today's profit. So 70% rule here, guys. So 7 pips up, stops to break even. That was very close, just not quite. Ooh, that hurts. So close to then just come all the way back. Getting a bit jumpy. Right, I just closed half there, guys. There we go. Hit TP. Oh no, there we go. TP. Right, stops in. Get your stops to break even, guys. Now, just push stops up a little bit more. Now, because it went up to 70, I actually took half off a little bit earlier, and I did trade this one at a smaller lot size. As you can see, I traded at 3, not the 3.5. So we'll see if we hit T2. T2 is right on the limit of this range. There we go, T2. Right, so watch for a break of this resistance level, guys, because here you've got 57 points. So if we get a close above here, guys, if you get a close above here and a wick down, this is the one. So I'm just going to bring this up close to this area because I really don't care now what happens with this one. But if we can get a close above in the next 3 minutes, then there's potential for more upside. Now, I'm not going to place another trade on this one, guys, just because I'm done for the day, right? But this is potentially a really, really good setup. I'm just going to see if this one can run to target. How many of you would be looking at trading this next setup? Now, just remember, Price has already done this here previously with this previous setup. So this was the identical setup to the one that I told you about here that we missed earlier when I was at the gym. So it was textbook to what we saw here. Price rejected. We got a downrange bullish close. The next one took out the lows and closed above the highs. And I just put an order in here above the break of the highs. And, it's gone and done whatever it's done. Nice one, Rich. This is definitely one to watch. 250. So, uh, 2 minutes for this candle to close. Ooh. Did anyone get the DAX? Oh no, it didn't close. It didn't close below. So just looking at on a higher time frame. We have 31 seconds left for this to hold above here. and 5 seconds. Looks like it's going to hold above here. So if this candle just pushes straight up and breaks the high, I'm going to push this stop underneath the low of the current candle. It's creating a bottom wick now, guys, so even better for potential longs above. That's what your order should be, guys. I can't. I need to trade. The setup's there. I've got to take it. Oh, another bad feed. Another shocker of a slip. What was the... Not happy with that slip. So what I'm going to do, guys, is price comes back to entry, I'll close it all down. Sorry, close half of it off. I'm just not happy with the fill on that price. That was another 4-point slip by the look of it. 3-point slip. So 7. This is where those, if you didn't take anything, this is where you'd go in at a very low risk. For dynamic risk. It taps the structure, then you put a same buy order above the highs. How many of you got triggered on the break of the high? Did anyone take it? Did you get triggered or did it miss your entry by a little bit of spread? What's happening with the DAX? The NASDQ is still sitting in and around. Yes, I was. Yes, Peter Cole. Where's our what do you call it? Where's Jody today? Is Jody in here? Nigel sat on his hands. This is where sometimes you look at it and go, should have sat on my hands. But then you look at it and go, well, hold on a second. I know everything that I say and what I do is based around if the setup's there, I trade it. Now, this is the one that I've been highlighting all afternoon. This one just happened on the spur of the moment. So it would be mad of me that I've planned this one break above the highs. If we go back to the chart, first thing we said break above 2907, we're buying. So I have to stick to what I say I'm going to do. If I don't, then I'm just not true to myself. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Whatever, there's stress involved with every bit of trading, right? Whether you're not in it, whether you're in it, just look and see if this little support area is going to hold or if we can have a little back run back to entry, but it doesn't. It's touch and go. Every time you think it's going to make a beeline for the old entry price, it kind of has a momentary pause. But yeah, this is where we finish up break even for the day now. I'm not sure which is that the first entry or the yeah, that's the positive. If we break that low, we're in trouble. So whatever happens here, I'm not gonna. There we go. So finished what $250 up for the day. Handed back 1,000. Look at that. The difference. Mm, Yep, would have taken that every time. Every time. This is the one. If we go back to our charts, I always like to review my trades and screen grab them just to check. But look, if we go back to here, this is the one we highlighted. That's the one we said straight away. If we get above there, we're taking it. The 15, lovely strong close above, market wick down. We, I still think it's a buy. If it breaks its own high, um, this would be, but it has to break the bearish candle's high. If it doesn't, so I've replaced the order, guys. So you can see there. Let me just check the high. 916. 916, so it's 17. I need to change that to 38. Oh, let's have a look. What's the 40 pip range? I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to do full exit at 30 pips, partial TP at 10. In fact, I'm just going to hold fire with the partial TPs at the minute. And the reason I'm saying that is because I keep getting slipped 3 or 4 pips. Now, if this candle closes bearish as an uprange candle, I'm still going to leave the order in, but only for one more candle. Has to be a 15-minute candle. So the worst case scenario. Oh, did you trade the Aussie? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Aussie was perfect. I don't trade, like I say, I don't trade the patterns anymore, but that was looking tasty. Oh, I've just realized I'm not sharing that screen. So this is the Aussie that if you did come late, this is what I said to look out for and trade it down into these regions. Uh, Classic charting pattern where the market has had an impulsive move, broke lower. The correction, you can see this correction. Sorry, I'm just watching gold because gold is pushing a little bit. It's not at the entry yet. So you can see that the corrective move is a lot weaker than the impulsive move down. So that means I would expect it to break to the downside and then continue to at least test somewhere here. But if we're going to have a traditional sort of correction, then you would measure that move there, which is what this is. So if I just move that to there, now you see that, take that from there to there, and we can see it come back into structure. Now, it's not something I trade or would trade anymore, but it was something I noticed while I was just looking through the charts and discussing. So well done, Rich, on taking the Aussie trade. So we've got, I wouldn't call it a flip entry, but because there's a top wick, I'm just looking for this as a failed retracement. Because the candle as it stands right now is an uprange candle with a bearish close. It's still live, so I don't mind what happens with this candle. If closing back below the range, not a problem. Order will still remain intact above the high. I'll only cancel this order if this candle breaks the low here. So if it breaks the low, or I'll also cancel it if the next candle, when it opens, um, closes back below the range. So remember, there's a couple of things that can happen. One is this one can take out the low here. I cancel the order. The next one is this candle closes bearish. The next candle does whatever it's going to do. Obviously, if it breaks the high, it triggers us. But if it just comes down and then closes and takes out, it closes bearish and takes out the low of the previous candle, then we close the order as well. But that has to be on the 15-minute candle because that's the time frame we're watching. Okay, so let's go back over here where the order sits. Now the stop loss is just a theoretical stop loss at the minute because it was based off where the candle was, candle's low was. So if it breaks that, then obviously we need to readdress the situation. So interesting that I'm just checking the accounts that I copy from this one. So they've all got, obviously because of latency, and they have very different, well, when I say very different, so this one you can see is up 248.28. Another one is up 348 flat. This one's up 477.75. They've all got the same balances. And the other one is up 290. So there's quite a bit of a discrepancy there if you think about it. 248 being the lowest, which is this one. So the one that I'm actually trading is the lowest. And the highest has 477.75. And interestingly, um, the trade that lost here on the one that's had the biggest return today, this one actually lost 1,116.50. So it actually lost more on this one, but made more on the others. So 718 on the top one, 133 on this one. So it made a little bit less on this one. It made 133. The next one it made 441, so a bit more here. Hold on. 1, 2, gold buy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it didn't get this. For some reason, this one didn't get copied. So this one didn't get copied, so it missed a loss, luckily. So that's probably explaining why this one actually generated a little bit more than the others. DAX has closed below. Let's have a look. Oh, DAX really has closed below, but yeah, there's no wick up. So unfortunately, both the DAX and the NASDAQ have done very, very similar things with no wick up. All right, one second. Sorry, guys. Let's just. Uh, uh, okay, let's. So we're taking a little. What we've got. Oh, it's only 2 minutes in, so we have to wait. All right, guys. So as nice as Nasdaq and DAX look for shorting, there is no ways in for me on any of them. Also, at 540 points down on the day, it's not something I'm overly keen on getting involved in. They're both over 2% down on the day. Um, if you look at the Nasdaq, to be fair, Nasdaq is a technical setup on the basis that you've had a wick up and it's now breaking the lows on the 30-minute. But like I said, 540 points down on the day, I'm going to skip on that one. Mm, let's. I'm closing orders. I'm closing orders, guys. Closing orders. I think if gold's going to break higher, we're going to need to see some kind of pullback in the markets. If they continue to sell at this rate or not, let me just have a quick look. If they're going to continue to sell off like this, guys, then it's probably going to pull everything else down with it. The only benefactor from something that's selling, the index is selling off as hard as this, might be the US dollar and the Japanese yen. But yeah, I'm not sure gold will be a benefactor in the market selling off as aggressively as this, because what you might find is those that have leveraged up to the hilt on equities might be getting some margin calls, and you'll find that anyone that is getting margin calls are probably going to have to release some physical assets to cover margin calls. So this is where usually if you see the indexes sell hard, you probably find gold follow suit, and then it starts to find a base once investors have managed to cover all their positions. We've no idea when that is or how much they need to sell, whatever. We just can only look at price action. So I'll keep trading the same stuff tomorrow. But yeah, that's me done today. Could have been better. We finished up 248.28 up on this account. Um, it's a positive. Yeah, it was 1300, but like I said, I'll continue to trade my setups. But I'm done for the day there. That's 6 trades today. Three from the was that 3 London, 3 US? Yep, 3 London, 3 US. One break even, one win, one loss for the US, and three wins for London. But tomorrow I'm gonna have to change the live stream time a little bit, guys, because it doesn't really work so well later in the day. I hadn't realized it was daylight saving time in the US. So I'm going to adjust tomorrow's for 11:55, not 12:55. So I'll be starting at 11:55 tomorrow. Okay, 11:55 tomorrow. And let me know if you've enjoyed today's session, made some pips. Started off Monday well. It's a it's a it's a blue day. It could have been much bluer, but that's where we stop for today. Thank you so much for logging in, guys. Uh, have a wonderful evening. Members, I'll see you 7 a.m. in the Zoom call. Um, Lola, 1.3%. Well done, darling. Yeah, well, I'm at 0.28%. No, 0.248%. Was 1.3, but handed one back. We've won the round, or we've won the day. We've won the fight, but we didn't win the last round. Guys, take care. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.